Set in medieval Great Britain around 1400 AD, Kingmakers is an action strategy sandbox game that offers a unique blend of third-person shooter and top-down strategy elements. Players assume the role of an elite task force operator sent back in time to prevent a future apocalypse. In the shooter mode, players can wield modern weaponry, such as assault rifles, shotguns, and grenade launchers, and operate vehicles like armored cars and helicopters to combat medieval adversaries. Switching to strategy mode allows for commanding armies composed of units like cavalry, archers, and swordsmen. The game features a campaign where decisions influence the war's outcome and the course of history, offering multiple possible endings.
He's the one who trained our army, who grew us into an empire. I don't know where he's from, but if you think you can stop him, you're already dead.
The Alters is an ambitious sci-fi survival game developed by 11-bit studios. Players take on the role of John Dolsky, the sole survivor of a crash-landed expedition on a hostile planet. To survive and find a way home, Jan utilized a substance called rapidium to create alternative versions of himself, known as alters. Each alter represents a different path John's life could have taken, providing unique skills and perspectives essential for managing the mobile base and overcoming the planet's challenges. The game combines elements of survival, adventure, and base building, emphasizing character dynamics and moral dilemmas as players navigate Jan's interactions with his alters.
Failure. Damn. I just hope I don't f*** everything up again. You want a relationship that lasts. Put some effort in it.
Each Jan is a different person. It will be extremely difficult to keep everyone happy.
You gotta learn how to say no sometimes.
But we must do whatever we can, because as the mission goes on...
Developed by Slowclap, Rematch is an upcoming online 5 versus 5 football soccer game that offers a fresh perspective on the sport. Players control a single team member from a third-person viewpoint, engaging in fast-paced matches that emphasize skill and tactical coordination. The game focuses on delivering an immersive experience where every decision matters and teamwork is crucial for success. Notably, Rematch eliminates traditional football rules such as fouls and offsides, ensuring continuous action and dynamic gameplay. The design encourages players to seamlessly switch between roles like striker, defender, and goalkeeper, each with unique abilities to adapt to the flow of the game. Eriksholm: The Stolen Dream is an isometric, narrative-driven stealth game developed by River End Games and published by Nord Current Labs. Set in the early 1900s-inspired Nordic city of Eriksholm, players follow the story of Hannah, whose brother Herman has mysteriously disappeared. As Hannah delves deeper into the city's secrets, she encounters a series of events that not only alter their lives, but also the fate of Eriksholm itself. The game emphasizes strategic stealth mechanics, allowing players to switch between 3 unique characters, each possessing distinct abilities to navigate various challenges and puzzles.
Hey Gilbert, what's keeping you? You what?
He's not here.
Of course he is. I saw him go up there just a minute ago.
Ugh. The bridge is collapsed.
Captain Finlander.
Developed and published by Neki, Spine is an upcoming action-adventure beat-em-up game that immerses players in a dystopian cyberpunk world. The narrative centers on Redline, a rebellious street artist who acquires a sentient combat implant known as Spine. This implant not only serves as her AI companion, but also grants her enhanced combat abilities. As Redline embarks on a mission to rescue her captured brother from the autocratic AI regime called Tensor, players will engage in intense close-quarters combat that blends gunplay with martial arts, reminiscent of gun fu cinematic aesthetics. Set in the crime-ridden streets of Averno City during the 1980s, The Precinct is an action-adventure game that places players in the role of Officer Nick Cordell Jr., a rookie cop determined to uphold justice and uncover the truth behind his father's mysterious death. The game offers a blend of police simulation and sandbox action, allowing players to patrol the city, respond to various call-outs, and engage in high-speed vehicle chases through destructible environments. A dynamic day-night cycle and weather system add depth to the neon noir atmosphere, while procedurally generated crimes ensure that each playthrough presents unique challenges.
With the support menu, you can call in squad cars, spike strips, roadblocks, and more to help you bring them to justice. You can, of course, get involved in chases more directly. Call in the same support from your car, and don't worry too much about dodging these carefully placed piles of fruit crates. Oops! Sometimes, though, what's needed is a good old-fashioned foot chase. Don't worry, dispatch is standing by to assist if you need backup. Regardless, you'll need to make use of the city's geography to catch up.
Mandragora is a story-driven 2.5D side-scrolling action RPG developed by Primal Game Studio. Set in the dark and decaying world of Feldum, humanity has retreated behind walls, ceding the land to monstrous creatures. Players embark on a perilous journey through interconnected environments, ranging from dark forests and deadly swamps to frozen mountains and burning deserts. The game combines Metroidvania exploration with Souls-like combat mechanics, challenging players to confront vicious enemies and formidable bosses. Equipped with a witch lantern, players can navigate the dark realm of entropy, uncovering secrets and making moral choices that influence the narrative.
You are going the wrong way before you've invested too much time and effort. In a genre known for being challenging, but with frustration as an unavoidable byproduct, Mandragora does its best to limit that frustration so that you may joyfully bash your head into the wall some more. My 45-minute showing limited my use of the abilities, weapons, and skill tree, but even with only 4 fire abilities, I caught a glimpse of a system that I would enjoy, at least.
Showa American Story is an action role-playing game developed by NEKCOM Games. Set in an alternate history where Japan's economic power has led to a cultural colonization of the United States, the game follows Choko Chigusa, a teenage girl who mysteriously revives from the dead in a post-apocalyptic world filled with zombies and diverse survivors. Players will embark on a journey across a transformed America, engaging in combat with various weapons and uncovering the truth behind the world's drastic change. The game is a love letter to 1980s pop culture, featuring elements reminiscent of B-movies, with exaggerated gore, dark humor, and larger-than-life characters.
あなたがテキサスを日本の財団に売ったからこのようなことが連鎖的に起きたんでしょう。ここにあなたがいないのが切ない。
Blight Survival is a medieval cooperative action horror game developed by PIONER Studio. Set in an alternate 14th century, the game plunges players into a war-torn no-man's land between 2 desperate kingdoms. A new strain of the Blight has emerged from the remains of the fallen, turning humans into monstrous creatures. Players, in teams of up to 4, must venture into this perilous territory to combat both human adversaries and infected monstrosities. The game features an engaging directional combat system, a variety of weapons and armor, and procedurally generated elements to ensure a unique experience with each playthrough. Developed by Neopal and published by Nexon, the first Berserker Khazan is an action role-playing game that serves as a new installment in the Dungeon Fighter Online franchise. The game draws inspiration from titles like Dark Souls and Sekiro, offering a challenging combat experience that emphasizes precise timing and strategic encounters. Players will navigate through various stages, engaging in intense boss battles that require mastery of different combat styles. The combat system includes mechanics such as parrying and weapon switching, allowing players to choose between a sword, axe, or spear, each offering unique combat dynamics. Developed by Lindsay Games and published by 505 Games, WUCHANG Fallen Feathers is a Souls-like action RPG set during the late Ming Dynasty in the land of Shu. The narrative follows WUCHANG, a skilled pirate warrior afflicted by the feathering disease, which transforms its victims into monstrous beings. Players will explore interconnected open-world environments, including forgotten temples and overgrown ruins, while battling grotesque abominations inspired by ancient lore. The combat system allows for a variety of weapons, such as double-handed axes and dual one-handed blades, each with an extensive set of skills. Set in 14th century Birmingham, England, God Save Birmingham is a survival game developed by Ocean Drive Studio. A mysterious plague has transformed the populace into undead creatures, leaving players as one of the last survivors in the city. The game emphasizes realistic physics-based mechanics, requiring players to forage for supplies, craft tools and weapons, and manage essential needs such as food and water. The meticulously recreated medieval environment includes notable landmarks like the Church of St. Martin in the Bullring. Players must utilize their wits to barricade doors, navigate obstacles, and combat the undead, all while exploring the historical setting. Developed by Mandragora Studio, Nobody's Left is an action-adventure game set in a post-war apocalyptic city. Players assume the role of an ordinary individual forced to adapt and survive to protect their loved ones. The game features a blend of third-person shooting and stealth mechanics, challenging players to navigate a world where safety is no longer guaranteed. Emphasis is placed on emotional storytelling, with players encountering unexpected scenarios that test their resolve and adaptability. The game also incorporates unique cultural storytelling elements, encouraging players to uncover hidden narratives throughout their journey.
See you around.
Where are you at? Getting there.
Have you found it?
Not yet.
You sure you're on the right way?
Well, if you know better, why don't you do yourself?
I wouldn't hire you if I could. I just want to get my hands on those pills, that's all.
Then shut up and let me do my job.
Developed by Push On, Alkahest is an action-adventure RPG set in a murky medieval world. Players assume the role of the youngest son of a petty lord, embarking on a journey to prove their worth amidst feudal turmoil. The game emphasizes satisfying melee combat within highly interactive environments, allowing players to utilize the surroundings to their advantage. A significant feature is the alchemy system, where players can craft various substances to aid in combat and exploration. The world is designed to be immersive and believable, with semi-open world locations packed with secrets and branching gameplay options. Developed by GFA Games, PIONER is an open-world first-person shooter set in a post-apocalyptic Soviet-era island. Players are tasked with survival and exploration in a dangerous world, featuring both PvE and PvP elements. The game offers a vast map of over 50 square kilometers, excluding hidden dungeons, and emphasizes realism by omitting traditional health bars and character levels. Players can engage in story-driven quests, faction missions, and dynamic events with a focus on player-driven storytelling and social interaction. The game also features an in-depth crafting system, allowing players to create weapons and equipment using artifacts and scavenged materials.
Savagely with each other on the garbage dumps, like to the death. We fight for the loot. You can end up dead anywhere, literally kicking the bucket in the closest ditch. Keep your eyes wide open, otherwise they'll chew you to pieces. There are plenty of monsters around here, and it just so happens that the most dangerous of them walk on two legs.